Hey guys, what's up? Constantine here. Whew, buddy, we are here. We are standing right here, but we're about to be gone. This is our last top 10, top 11 video for at least 8 months. Next time you see a video, we will be on trail. But this top 10, top 11, we've been hinting at it that we're super enough excited about this video because it is last in our series for a while at least, but certainly not least. Cannot even express that enough, not least. It is the most important, the best, biggest, whatever you want to call it. It is up there. I don't think we'll ever be able to do another one better than this one. So yeah, we'll get right into it, shall we? This top 10 is the top 10 cows of trail. Whew. Okay, I'm sorry. We had to ground ourselves again because that energy's pumping through us. Top 10 cows of trail. Oh my god. This list should be infinite, but we had to narrow it down and that hurt our souls. But we could do a preamble to this video for hours upon hours and not touch on how much this means to us, but we'll just go right into it. Number 1, Wisconsin cows. Whew. Why do Wisconsin cows top the list, and why are we so specific? Because we cannot even express how much Wisconsin cows meant to us on the Ice Age Trail. I don't think we'll ever be able to put it into words, into context, into pictures. We'll throw a picture up, but I don't think we'll ever be able to put that into context. Wisconsin cows got us through that trail system. We have a saying that we talk to cows, corn, and mosquitoes. Mosquitoes couldn't really talk to because they just took from us. Corn, if the corn started speaking back to us, that's how we knew it was time to get off trail. Cows, oh, the Wisconsin cows just gave our heart a smile each day, our brain a smile, our body a smile, and it just put a pep in our step. And oh, I really don't know how we would have finished that trail without them, because that was a tough trail mentally. We had just left our trail family on the PNT, just physically distanced from a relationship that was just beginning, and it was a very difficult trail mentally for us. So those Wisconsin cows were just giving us a warm hug and a warm cuddle, and we weren't unfortunately be able to fit them into our tent each night, but we fit them into our heart and they just kept overflowing it. So Wisconsin cows are number 1. Number 2, Basin cows. And what are the Basin cows? We're talking about the Great Basin in Wyoming. And why are these so high at the top of the list too? Well, just like Wisconsin, in a smaller format, Basin cows were our lifeblood in the basin. There was nothing else out there. Brush, dirt roads. It was arid and dry and sunny, and we had no music, no podcast. This was still at a time that we didn't think that was true to the trail. We've changed our opinion since then, but we weren't playing any music or anything to distract us from just broad expanses of nothingness. We found that nothingness has a lot of meaning to it, but those cows in the basin really made us smile. We would be singing the same song in our head for 6 hours, driving ourselves nuts, and then we would come across a group of 30 cows, and that would be our entertainment for the day. It was just fun. But also, in a practical sense, well, all things cows related are practical, but in a practical sense, the cows in the basin usually meant a water source, and the basin being super dry, super arid, means the water sources were about 30 miles apart sometimes. So when we saw cows on the horizon, not only did our heart smiles, but the parchedness in our throats knew that it was about to get a relief. So Basin cows, yes. Oh my god. Okay, on to number 3. Number 3, more of a generic term for what we just defined, desert cows. And why do desert cows touch our hearts so much? Well, desert cows, we feel for their plight. We love desert hiking. Personally, as a human, we love stepping out those miles in the desert. But as a cow, we've seen cows all over the country. I wish we could say all over the world one day. It's on top of the list, baby. But seen cows all over the country, and desert cows, they got a plight. Not the best environment for a cow to live in. Not a lot of shade. We've all seen like 20 cows huddled underneath this one piece of shade, underneath this one tree, and it hurt us a little bit. It made us think for the next few miles, and we would see cows in Montana, and we would see cows up where it's wooded, and they seemed like their quality of life was higher, and that really hurts us. But desert cows hit number 3 of the list because they're still so happy, at least from our perspective. They smile at you. Can a cow really smile? We think so. It's in their eyes. A lot of the time there's not a lot in their eyes, but you can see a cow smile. So at least we think so. So desert cows are at the top of our list because desert, we love the desert. And why we love the desert so much is also those cows. Number 4, a little more specific, AT cows. Appalachian Trail cows. Why this hits the top of the list, or at least close as well, is because that was our first experience with cows on a thru hike. And on the Appalachian Trail, you're not going to experience a lot of them, but you will experience some cows because you go through easements of land that is pasture. And the AT cows, back then, when we're looking at it from our perspective now, we weren't super thrilled to see them because the AT has so much stimulation through the fact of other hikers, other shelters, other community. We had a great hiking group, hiking bubble all around us at all times, but it was our introduction to cows on the trail. And looking back now, we can say we really enjoyed it. We enjoyed their presence. Some of those cows were a tad bit aggressive, but they just needed a hug. That is our theory. Any cow that is acting out, just give it a big hug and it'll be happy again. It'll make yourself happy too. So AT cows, maybe give them a hug. Number 5, another trail system, PNT cows, Pacific Northwest Trail cows. Why these ones also touched our hearts, every single cow touches our hearts, but you can see that this is a very, very passionate subject for us. But PNT cows, on that trail system, it's a more condensed trail and you're more in the wild. But also on the PNT, when you're not in the wild, you're on a lot of road walks, whether that be dirt road, paved road, some semblance or mix of the two, gravel road. So when you're not doing the wilderness themed, you're on road walks. And road walks in general aren't too exciting. But what made this road walk or road walks exciting is we would always see cows through each state. And all different types of cows, all walks of life, figuratively, literally. And it was just nice. It was happy to see that they were on this trail system as well. We love every single trail system that routes us close to a cow because if we're pushing hard that day, if we're tired, as soon as we see anything on the horizon in the shape of the cow, even if it's not a cow, our heart smiles and we smile because we start thinking back to all the experiences we've had with cows, just seeing them bumble through the wilderness. So that is why it's number 5. Okay, number 6. Went generic again. It's so hard to distill the different types of cows. It could be an infinite list, but we have to stop ourselves somewhere. Number 6 is road cows. Just talked about it on the PNT, but this is more generic with any trail system. Ice Age Trail, Natchez Trace Trail, Pacific Northwest Trail, Continental Divide Trail. Really any trail system that you're going through rural land and you're going from wilderness back into wilderness through road systems, you're going to be routed close to cows. Super, 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 super awesome. We love it. And we're about to, as you probably know at this point, head down to the Florida Trail. And we're holding a deep, deep space in our heart for Florida cows because any cows, any trail, any road, our favorite. Number 7, forest cows. What are forest cows? You may ask yourself. Oh man, we've talked a lot about cows. This is going on past a few minutes of cow talk and we are loving it every single moment. Hope you're loving it too. But forest cows are the cows that blend into the trees. Okay, cows that blend, it's a big animal. How does a cow blend into the tree? They don't really, but it's just cows that are in forested areas. And this is what we were talking about earlier is their quality of life might be a little bit better. I don't know if you're a cow, if you know it, but I feel like they do know it and we feel like they do know it. Yeah, why not? So forest cows are the ones that you're walking through a wooded area and you see multiple cow pastures, cows hanging out in the shade, cows drinking from a water source, and you smile. We actually, on the Arizona Trail, you don't think of a wooded area for the desert, but there are many of them. And we were walking through this one area and there's all this like movement around us. And at first we're thinking, okay, this might be elk, this might be something different, antelope. We didn't really know what it was. And then as we kept getting closer and closer, it was cows, like 50 to 100 of them just spaced out through the entire trees. And it made us laugh a lot. I think there's clips of it from somewhere, but it just touches our heart every time we see them. So number 6 is forest cows. For 8, we got to throw some love up to our up north neighbor, Canadian cows, baby. Home cows, home turf cows. So Canadian cows, we haven't seen a big difference. They say A every so often. Terrible joke. Oh, I'm sorry. We're sorry. We're going to keep that in there though. So Canadian cows are super cool because they're cows, just in Canada. On the GDT, not too many. On the Vancouver Island Trail, again, not too many. So maybe the Canadian trails don't route you by too many cows. That hurts us a little bit. But there are a lot from getting to the trailheads and the travel to and from. We did see a lot of cow pastures and always made our hearts smile. So we had to throw some love up north because we love the north. We love somebody from the north. And as you know, Canadian cows touch our hearts. Cows touch our hearts. Any cow. Anywhere. Any place. Okay. Number 9. Generic. But we're going southeast cows. Even being from the southeast, we don't have a whole bunch of experience with southeast cows. But we had to put it on the list because we had to show some love to the place we were born. So southeast cows, they're plentiful. It's just we have not hiked a lot of trail systems in the southeast to see them and to experience them. We've hiked through Alabama, we've hiked through Georgia, but a lot of the time those trail systems weren't doing a lot with routing you by cows. I know. We got to talk to those trail systems. We got to talk to those associations. We got to talk to those coalitions. Let us start something right now. Let us stand up for this movement and let us make sure that every trail system moving forward gets routed by cows. We're going to be here for you. You be here for us. We'll be there for the cows. That sounds like a plan. Okay. Southeast cows. Might experience some more in Florida this year. Like I said, not a whole bunch in Alabama or Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. Tennessee had a few, but that's kind of what we picture as the Southeast. And they're cows, so can't help but love them. Cows, baby. Number 10. This one is fun. The Mythical Mountain Cows of Colorado. Mythical Mountain Cows of Colorado? I think this could actually generate a term for most mythical mountain cows. We heard legend and heard stories while we were out in Colorado of these cows that were just yoked up, muscles bulging everywhere. They were just crushing miles, and they were climbing peaks 14,000 feet high. They were just scaling them in the ice and the snow and the rain and the sleet, and they were just crushing miles and peak bagging, peak bagging, peak bagging. No ice axes needed. They were just going after it and enjoying their cow life and enjoying their cow time out on that trail. So the Mythical Mountain Cows of Colorado, when we were walking through there, we were always on the lookout. Never saw them. But that's because they were too busy peak bagging, walking around, hiking, crushing miles. So there's still yoked cows out there somewhere. So if you find them, let us know because we want to go find them too. And we're always on the lookout for yoked cows because a yoked cow, while you might want to keep a little bit more distance because it's very, very massive, they're friendly. You can just give them a hug. So just be a little more trepidatious because a yoked cow, that might be a bull. But mythical mountain cows, we love talking about them all the time. Anytime we can, any campfire, we will make up stories about the mythical mountain cows of Colorado, of the Wind River Range, of the Great Divide, that is just out there doing a crazy amount of miles, doing a crazy amount of mountaintops. So that one touches close to our heart. All cows touch close to our heart. How many times have we said that in this video? Too many, but not enough. All right, number 11 time. Secret number 11. Is it really a secret though? I think you know where we're gonna go with this. Number 11 is all cows everywhere. You had a feeling where we were going with this, right? So all cows everywhere. What does this define, Constantine? All cows everywhere. That's kind of what it defines. It defines a cow in the southeast, a cow in the southwest, a cow in the northwest, a cow in the northeast, a cow all across the North America, all across the globe. Any cow you see is a cow waiting to get a hug. Every cow you see is a cow waiting to love you and in turn receive your love. And don't go hugging cows, actually. We had to put this disclaimer in there because it might not turn out great, but cows everywhere, all over the place, especially as you're a thru hiker and you're doing these long distance trails. You might think we're weird now. Yeah, you'll probably always think we're weird. But as you do more and more trail systems or get out after more and more months on trail, you'll start to realize we're coming from a very serious and deep place. Like, we joke, we play, but it actually makes us smile just even talking about this, just even thinking about it, because when you're on these long distance trails, miles are super long, days can be long, and some days you're not seeing much, you're maybe down, you're not a lot of energy, you're really hungry, and seeing that one kind of bumbling animal, it lifts your heart. So we joke, but we're serious. We're serious, but we joke. But when we talk about cows, they are a very, very important part of trail, if not the most important. We're not going to go there. They're not the most important. Cows are at the top of the food chain of the trail. They're not going to eat you, but top of the food chain as in what makes us smile so much all the time. So cows everywhere. We love you. And we're going to keep on stepping and keep on seeing more cows. All right, everyone. That is the last top 10, top 11 video. And we know you're thinking the same thing as we are. That was the best one. Good job, Constantine. We could not get enough of that. We couldn't either. We could keep talking, and we want to, but we know you don't want to hear about it too much. You want to do your own research. Go experience the cows in the wild. So yeah, this is the last one. We're about to hit the Florida Trail here in a few days, and we're going to be spending at least 8 months on trail, 8,000 miles. So last top 10, top 11 for a while until we get back off trail. We're going to see what this year brings to us, and we have our plan. We have our routes. We got it set. So we're really excited, really excited. As you can see, every time we do one of these, we touch on it as it gets closer and closer. But yeah, in a few days, we'll be in the swamps of Florida, going northbound. A few more trails after that. Hit the NCT, North Country Trail. Going westbound with Magpie, and whew, we are looking forward to it. As always, really appreciate y'all watching. We love doing this. Love this cow video. By far one of our favorites. And we just we had a good time. So last one for a while. Come watch us on trail. Come watch us step through the Florida swamps and look for cows the entire way. If you really enjoy this type of stuff, go check out 11 Skies or 11 Skies. Yeah, it's our gear company that was made by thru-hikers for thru-hikers and just the entire outdoor community. If you're out there stepping miles off, or if you're out there just to be out there, if you're out there looking for cows, check out our gear, because the cows will recognize 11 Skies and recognize the heart behind it, and they'll come give you a hug. So go check out 11 Skies. You can see the passion and the creation behind this entire journey. And if you saw the last video, you know that we are partnered with Tell Your Trail for our episodes leading up to thru hiking season 2021, as well as weekly check-ins when we're out there stepping out those miles and 8,000 miles. So our most recent video is up. It's episode 4. It touches on last year, 2020, the year that was almost not a year, but was actually a very defining year for us. One of our most defining years. We did the Great Divide Trail, the Vancouver Island Trail, the Sea to Sky Trail, the Natchez Trace Trail. But more importantly, we kind of grew as a person, grew as a hiker, grew as a company, and we just kept learning and kept stepping out those miles and getting through it. So go check that out if you want. And one last time before we hit trail, the next video shots are going to be of Florida swamps. Maybe some cows thrown in there for you. Cool. Peace.